What is going on YouTube? Today, I'm getting something that I haven't gotten in a while. I did get it on the channel before, some time ago last year. So I decided, you know what? I should get it again today. So I got myself a hot dog. I wanted to originally get it from A&W, but A&W's hot dogs, when I looked at it, were all pork. So I went and got myself an all beef one from Harvey's. So you guys know Harvey's. Everyone knows Harvey's. I've had it before. No need for an introduction for it. I got myself some fries here from Harvey's. Then I got the proverbial glizzy. And then I also got myself a burger because I'm just like, I feel like just the hot dog and fries won't be enough food. So I got myself a burger. I'm also kind of regretting not getting the bigger burger, like a full-size burger with a side of hot dog. But you know, you can't change the things that have already been done. Even though in the moment I was thinking about it, I was like, wow, I should have got the regular size burger. But you know, so I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of the most unappealing or unappetizing looking foods that I've gotten in a while. Like it's a hot dog, you can't even see it. It's just, you know, there you go. Oh man. And the burger, you can't really see it either. This picture's gonna be horrible, but you know, it is what it is. There's not much we can do about it. So before we get started, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below of anything you want to try, anything to talk about. I'm down to this. Always check out the timestamps down below. Let's take this first bite. All right. It's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. I feel like for hot dogs, there's like a, you know how like, I don't know how to explain it, like a taste ceiling. So hot dogs, their baseline is like right here, but they can only taste so good when they're like right here, for example, right? So they only have this much room to work with because they're easy to make. They taste good, but they always like will only taste up to a certain amount. Whereas you have something like pasta, which is like wider, the risk versus reward is higher, I guess I would say, because pasta could be like down here, it could be the worst thing ever, or it could be like up here, be the best thing ever, right? That's good. But this, pretty good. I got the classic ketchup, mustard, relish in this. I was thinking about putting mayonnaise in it, but I didn't. No, it's nice. I eat hot dogs for the longest time because my grandma used to make them all the time, and I just started getting sick of them. So my grandma ruined hot dogs for me for like 15 years. So you know. But anyways, how was your guys' day today? Mine wasn't too bad. I just worked. But yesterday, you know what I did yesterday? Yesterday I saw Longlegs, which I was super excited for. Now, did it live up to the hype for me? I'd say like yes and no. Longlegs, it's just scary. Also, spoiler warning, because I'm gonna be talking about some stuff in Longlegs, because I have some problems with Longlegs, but the problems kind of have to do with spoilers. So one was scary. That's fine. I don't think it's really meant to be scary. Definitely creepy, definitely off-putting. I really liked the movie. I think it was really good. Right off the bat, I'm probably gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. So again, the things I like is, I like the acting. I think the acting was really good. I think Nicolas Cage has like Longlegs being like creepy and stuff like that, and kind of being like chaotic and almost in a way, I guess, maybe charismatic, because he gets people to follow him and he like gets people to maybe, I guess, help him. I don't know about people, but he gets people to listen to him, right? So, you know, at some point, in some way, he's charismatic. And the movie follows this lady, Lee, who's a detective who's trying to solve the Longlegs murder case. It's a guy who's like like killing women on their birthday, like little girls and stuff like that. And it has like a slow build up until like a reveal at the end, and I think the reveal is pretty good too, because I didn't really see it coming. I mean, it would make sense that it came because there wasn't many actors in the movie, especially when they're just like Longlegs needs an accomplice to do what he's doing. It would only make sense that it was the mom, to be quite honest with you, but I still didn't see it coming, because when they're talking about it in the movie, they're just like, it has to be someone that people trust, that everyone trusts. And I'm like, how does the mom correlate to this? But the movie does a good job of kind of making you forget that it's set in like the 70s or 80s or something like that. And at the time, I guess nurses and stuff like that, or like missionaries or nuns would like go to people's houses and things like that. So the mom would dress up as a nun, infiltrate the families, and basically how Longlegs was like murdering the families is he would get the main character's mom to go and drop off a doll at the person's house, at the family's house, and the doll would kind of have like black magic in it, or it'd have some sort of like evil in it, and it would cause the families to like, you know, like finish each other. So I like the concept, I like the reveal, I like the story, I like the acting. I like how they didn't really have too many jump scares. I like how it relied on being like creepy. I like how it focused on having a story that's different from like other horror movies. Because Possessed Doll isn't really like a new thing, but this one does kind of like emitting an energy, which I guess is I don't know. I haven't seen so many horror movies that I've seen that before, but it could be like something that's done before. So I think the acting is good. And the main character being kind of like an outcast, and her being like kind of like awkward, I think really helped with everything, because, you know, there's a lot of parallels between her and him. Like, for example, when they're like driving the car, where she's driving in his car and they're yelling, it shows that there's like parallels between them. They're also kind of like opposites, because Longlegs like likes to go up to people and talk. Like, he's a predator, and he like, you know, does those type of things, but he likes to go up to people and talk. And you could tell that like he's just like a very awkward person. Like, she's just like a very awkward person. So in a sense, they're like kind of opposites from each other, which I thought was like pretty cool. I like that throughout the movie you'd see like the devil in it, like a depiction of it behind Lee. That was pretty cool. I'll be honest, when it comes to the movie, there aren't too many things that I thought were wrong with it, but there are a few plot holes in it, or maybe not plot holes, but the things in it that like my friends and I noticed and I couldn't find an answer for online. Maybe because the movie's too new, or maybe because no one's just asked a question yet, or maybe because people know the answer and we just don't know the answer to it because we're not paying attention. But let me talk about the end of the movie really quickly, so I could say what I found kind of weird and what kind of makes sense to me. So first, they know this guy Longlegs is going around killing little girls on the 14th within, like, whose birthday is within the 14th of the month, like 6 days within the 14th of the month, right? So they see all this and they notice that all these things are happening and all these like crimes are happening, right? So not the main detective, but her boss, right? He has a family, he has a wife, and he has a daughter, and the daughter's birthday is on the 14th. My question is, even though they don't know how it's happening, why would he not in his mind be like, oh, my daughter's a kid and her birthday is also on the 14th, just like all these other kids where it's happened to in this like vicinity? Why would he not try to safeguard his daughter and make sure there's like extra protection around his daughter? Because if I'm like, oh, for example, my mom's birthday is on the 29th, right? If I know that someone in my area is murdering women in the free, it feels even in the 80s, but murdering women, like, who were born on the 29th of every month or around there, I'd be like, be a bit careful or something, because, you know, you never know who his target is, because they don't know who the target is. That's the thing. Especially when it becomes more apparent that like Nicolas Cage Longlegs knows who Lee is and knows how like there's like a connection between them. At that point, you'd be like, this is getting a little bit too close to home. I need to protect my daughter. So that's one thing that I found like very, very strange about the whole thing. So my theory is that one of the families, the daughter survived, because when they bring the doll to the house, the dad is supposed to murder everyone and then kill themselves, right? My thing is that one of the families had a survivor, right? And then Nicolas Cage went to her she's still possessed because this doll that they drop off at people's houses, until it's destroyed, it's still possessing the families of whoever's like left around. So he goes and he like tells her to like just jump off the mental asylum that she's in or whatever. And I think he does that just to trick them into thinking that that girl that survived who just jumped off is one of the next victims or is the next victim. So it's kind of like a distraction for when he gets the daughter, right? At the end of the movie. That's fair, but that's just me guessing. And even if it is true, I don't understand, like, even before that happened, why you wouldn't assume, not assume it's your daughter, but like, you know, be more cautious about it. So that's just like a small thing to me. I might just be nitpicking, or I might just be missing something like critical, but that's one thing. And the next thing that's like a major point of contention for me is that like when the mom shoots the doll, like the main character, she had a doll when she was a kid, but she just didn't remember because the power of the doll, like the demonic powers of the doll, is to make the children forget, right? Forget, see visions in the future of their past and things like that. That's one of the main things of the doll, but I feel like it's implied that once the mom shoots the doll, Lee gets all of her memories back. I'm gonna assume that's the case, but I don't know because there's like a monologue explaining everything that happened with the mom and Longlegs and why she was helping him. And I'm going to assume that she got her memories back, but I would understand if they said that she didn't get her memories back and that that dialogue was just for the audience to understand what's happening. So if she did get her memories back, then there's no excuse for this because she wakes up in the basement because it turns out Longlegs was living in the basement, her mom's basement, and she ends up going to the captain's daughter's birthday because she was invited earlier in the movie. And the mom is already there with a doll with like the demonic magic. So the main character basically sits there and watches the husband just get possessed and then kill the wife and almost kill them. The main character ends up shooting the dad, ends up shooting the mom, like her own mom, because her mom starts charging out with a knife, and then taking the daughter and then leaving the doll because she can't, because she's like tries to shoot it and she has no more bullets. Maybe she has no more bullets, maybe the gun jams. My question is, why didn't she just shoot the doll first and stop everything from happening? Because that would have stopped everything from happening. Move the kid, shoot the doll, and the whole problem solved. But if she didn't get her memory back, then, or she didn't remember that, then I would understand her not shooting the doll because there's no like inclination as to that outside of the memories and her mom like talking to her and telling her about it when she's a kid, she forgot. But if she did remember, then she just let she killed the captain and let the wife die for no reason when she could have just shot the doll and it would have been fine. Or taken the doll out of there and shot it and it would have been fine. Or another thing she could have done is shot the dad in the leg or something before he killed the wife. She kind of just like sat there and let everything happen, then just killed her mom for funsies. That's what it seems like to me. But like I said, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe she didn't remember. I don't know. But some of the like foreshadowing was like really cool. Some of the reveals were really cool. Like the reveal that Longlegs was living in the mom's basement that whole time. That's really cool. I really like that. Because the reason why mom was helping him is because when Lee was younger, he gave her a doll, and then he was like coming to like you know, take Lee out, but then the mom begged and she's like, okay, you have to help me and I'll let your daughter live. That's a good one. Some foreshadowing is when she went to the mental institution to meet the girl. She was asking the girl if she has a doll that looks just like her, and then the girl was like, no, I don't remember, just like you don't. And that was like kind of a foreshadowing that the main character, Lee, had her own doll that was like possessing her too. It's just the audience didn't know it yet. And I like the structure of the reveal. I think the structure of the reveal was pretty cool as well. Like, I like that they showed that Lee had a doll and then it showed that the doll possessed people instead of showing that the doll possessed people and then showing that Lee had a doll. Because I think people would have figured out the twist that the dolls are like possessing people before the actual reveal. You know, I think people would figure that out first if it happened that order. But since you didn't know these dolls possess people, you know there's dolls in the movie. They show it all the time. That was set up really well. I didn't find Nicolas Cage like how he looked to be particularly creepy. More so like how he acted. You know? Oh. Another dumb thing in the movie is that I don't understand what it is with people in like horror movies who live in the forest, but they don't have curtains. I don't know what that is. If I live in the forest, I'm still having curtains. But either way, she doesn't have curtains. Wide open closet of her house. People are seeing her do everything and anything. But either way, she hears a sound. She looks outside and she sees Nicolas Cage just standing outside, but like veiled in like shadows. And then she instantly just leaves her house and starts chasing him with a gun. One, stay in the house. That's where you're most likely safe because you know the house. But I digress. Aside from that, that is not even the part that made me angry. The part that made me angry was when she left the house. She left the door wide open. Like not even like she opened it, like closed it, but didn't lock it. Like the door was wide open. And in that moment, I'm like, he's gonna go inside the house because the one, you're not gonna be able to find him because this guy's like a ninja in the night. But two, why are you leaving the door open? Anyone could walk in. Like freaking you walk in, there's a deer in there. So that's like one part I found dumb. This last bite. But other than that, like it was a pretty good movie. It's a pretty solid movie. Apparently Nicolas Cage produced it too. I don't know how many movies he produced, but this is pretty good. If this is the first one he produced, pretty good first one, but I doubt it's the first one he produced. All right, and that was Harvey's hot dog and mini burger and fries. Pretty good. The hot dog was just like a regular hot dog, I guess. Like in terms of hot dogs, it's just a very average hot dog. But it was so good because it's like hard to mess up a hot dog, but hard to make a hot dog like, you know. So I'll probably like smack with a 6.5. The burger was like a 5. I just got that because I knew I would need extra food, which I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't get the massive burger because I would not want to finish that right now, including the fries. So, you know, it was good. So overall, I'll give that meal like a 6 out of 10. With that being said, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below anything I'm trying to talk about. I'm not doing this. I'll check out chef videos inside. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys seen Longlegs and what you think about Longlegs. If you thought it was good, if you hated it, like if you thought some points in it were annoying, if you thought it was perfect, let me know anything in the comments down below. I'm happy to read and I'm happy to talk about it as always. But again, thank you guys for watching. Harvey's hot dog burger, 6 out of 10, full combo meal. I had 6 out of 10. That's what I'll give it. Longlegs, 8 out of 10. First review and peace.